Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show off Diaboromon. I love this Diaboromon. Diaboromon is my favorite villain out of the whole Digimon series, and VT5 really gave it a lot of cool tools, but EX01 pushed it over the edge, and now I would say it's even almost tier 1, if not tier 1. It is competing with all the other great decks this format and holding its own, and I honestly think you could take this in Nationals and do well. I'm going to go ahead and show off the deck profile. I'm going to show off the cards I'm playing and why, any changes I might consider making for the future, and just a couple other cool things you might want to know. And if you guys enjoy the deck profile, don't forget to like and comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on the smashed potatoes, that way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos do come out. And also, if you're watching this video today, Wednesday, when it's uploaded, tonight we're doing another circuit tournament, another chance to win some great prizing or an invite to the circuit championship, and it's EX01 legal, the first one. Which means you can even play Diaboromon, this Diaboromon if you want to, and give the test a try. Maybe it'll work, who knows, but it's great playtesting for Nationals, and if you want to join, just join my Discord, everything is there. Without further ado, let's get into it. As always, we will start with the babies for Sunomon. That lets you draw a card once per turn when attacking if you're unidentified, which you usually always will be. And one of the original Sunomon gives you plus 2,000 during your turn if you have a Digimon with the same name on the field. The reason I'm going for this lineup is because the draw Sunomon is just much better, much faster. The format is really fast, you need to draw your pieces. So I believe this one really helps. The plus 2,000 doesn't really matter too much. Not really. Like, you think about Gabumon, Jessamon, Agumon, like those are matchups, even Lilith Loop, where like you won't really be attacking over something huge that makes a difference. Which is why I don't think this is as important. It hasn't come up yet, really. Not really. So this is the way to go. I like this lineup a lot. Rookies! We're starting with 4 of the BT5 Caramon. This is the Caramon that's essentially your Huckmon. You play it, reveal top 5 cards, you add an unidentified Digimon and an errata sonata to your hand, and the rest go to the bottom. You want to play these as much as you can because you want to get as many combo pieces as possible. The more errata sonatas you have, the more chance you have of winning the game, which is why it's really important. And to help with getting your pieces, we're playing 4 of the original Caramon. And Heritable, your turn, when you play out Digimon with the same name, draw a card. It's not once per turn, you can draw a lot of cards, which is insane. Moving along to something else, something new, the EX01 Caramon. During your turn in Heritable, for each other Digimon you have and play the same name, this Digimon gains plus 1,000 DP. So like, this kind of makes this kind of irrelevant, right? Because you're getting plus 1,000 no matter what. Like, it's kind of good. And it's for each, not just a plus 2,000 boost. So usually, it's honestly fine. Honestly, it's doing what Sunomon does, and better. So that's good. And the final 2 rookies are 2 Chumon because memory denial is really important. A lot of decks have memory gain. That's it for the rookies, 13 of them, and honestly, it's fine. Champions. We're playing 4 Kurisarimon from BT5. This is the best one. When Digivolving, you can play errata from your hand if you don't already have one. So Digivolving this right away, getting right on the field for free is really freaking good. And its Inheritable is also kind of broken. During your turn, all your other Digimon with the same name gain Rush. So if you have a Diaboromon line and you're making tokens, all those tokens have Rush, which help you end the game, which is really freaking good. It's definitely the best one. The second best one, and not by far I'd say, is this Kurisari from the original set. It has an Inheritable that says during your turn, when you play a Digimon with the same name, gain a memory. And it's also not once per turn. So like, if you have multiple erratas on the field, your Diaboromons will be free, and then some. So that's actually really strong. And the final 2 champions are these 2 Kurisarimons, the promos from the Dash Pack we just got. All turns, you get Decoy Black and White, which means when one of your other Black or White Digimon would be deleted, you can delete this Digimon to prevent it. Which is kind of interesting. It hasn't come up, to be honest, so it might be something else, but something that really attracts me to this card is it costs 4 to play. Which actually has come up either to choke, or to play it and then evolve an Infamon on top of it. So it is applicable sometimes, and I'm only hesitant on this champion, but I think you need 4 of this and 4 of this, and 10 champions is honestly fine. Really good. Ultimates. The best one by far is this Infamon from the original set. it makes your Diaboromons cost 1 less. So we're only playing 3 cost Diaboromons to evolve, which means they're all 2 costs if you have this Infamon, which is really good. It's definitely the best one. The others are kind of lackluster, but they are pretty niche in what they do. This Infamon from BT5 lets you warp Digivolve it over a Caramon for an evolution cost of 4. I actually did that once and it won me a game because I was not seeing any 4s, but I was able to go Caramon, Infamon, a new Diaboromon, as you see. Opponent couldn't kill me, and I killed him on the crackback, which is really good. Also, as an on-the-leash and inheritable, you play Diaboromon token. So that's kind of okay. And the other Infamon we're playing 2 of the new one from EX01. Now this one is super interesting. On the opponent's turn, once per turn, if an opponent's Digimon digivolves into a level 5 or higher, you gain a memory. So it's really super interesting, right? Because consider you're playing against Justmon, right? Maybe they have a Memory Tamer, they have Savior, you know, they're at 3. If they evolve into Justmon, their turn is over because of this 1 memory you gain. So it's really niche in certain matchups like that, and Lilith Loop, and Yellow, and anything else that goes in the big stacks, the Mirror Match, Imperial Digimon. So it is kind of applicable in those matchups. It's not great against Bonds, obviously, but in those matchups it's pretty okay. And then as an inheritable, all turns, really good. All the Digimon under the same name gain plus 2,000 DP. So all your 3,000 Diaboromon tokens become 5,000 Diaboromon tokens. So that's pretty friggin' strong. And that's it for the Ultimates. I feel like the Infamons are kind of lackluster compared to the Kurisaris and Diaboromons, but like this one is obviously the best because it makes your stuff cheap, and you know these are okay. They're niche, so that's good. Alrighty, wouldn't be a Diaboromon deck without the Diaboromons, and let me tell you, this new Diaboromon from EX01 is nuts. It makes the deck, and we're playing 4 of it. It has a cool security effect where at the end of the battle you can play a Diaboromon token. So if it's in security, do the battle to make a token. It's cool. But the opponent's turn effect is where this really shines. All your Diaboromon gain blocker. That is insane. And the tokens are level 6, so really helps you get into a good spot with the Agabon matchup. And other matchups too. Something really interesting that I found out in playtesting I never considered when I was building this deck. Like, you're fighting Justmon, right? Justmon is piercing, so your blocking tokens don't really help. They'll pierce through your security. But then you save those tokens, and then they can't actually game you, because you have so many freaking Diaboromon tokens that are blockers, and they just can't kill it. They can't actually kill it. So then you end up killing them before they can kill you, which is really freaking cool, something I never considered until I started playing the matchup. But yeah, this Diaboromon is insane. I think you have to play 4 of it. It's just that good. Then we're playing 2 Diaboromon from BT5. It's just when Digivolving, you play a token. That's it. Like, it helps you get extra tokens, which is why it's there as a 2 of. It's honestly fine. And for people's wallets, you'll be happy at this decision. We're only playing 1 of the Tournament Pack Diaboromon. It gets plus security for each Diaboromon you have, which includes itself. So just by itself, it's security plus 1, but it does get pretty crazy with others. The reason I'm only playing 1 is because it never really comes up. I'd rather make my Diaboromons blockers and then kill them, because it can't kill me, or I'd rather make an extra token for magic number. This does happen. Like a couple times in playtesting, out of all the matches I had, you know, I evolved into a Diaboromon. What ended up happening is I would evolve into that Diaboromon, this Kurisarimon would be in the line, and I'd have an errata on the field. So I'd make 1 token, this would swing for the final 3 security checks, uncontested, and then that token would go for game, because it has Rush. But it's a very glass can type of strategy. This card is very good at ending the mid-game. Like, if you're in the mid-game, you can just play that, like, evolve this and end the game right away, which is really cool. But like, that's really niche. That's really niche. It doesn't come up maybe as often as you think it might. So we're only playing 1 because of it. I can see an argument for 2, but honestly, I would rather have usually any of the other Diaboromons, because if I'm controlling them with board state, I'm going to beat them eventually anyway. Having the extra security isn't really necessary. But this is really good, just ending the game sometimes. So that's it. 7 Diaboromons, good lineup, wouldn't change it. And for level 7s, we're playing 2 Armageddonmon. This card is your Bushy, Lobo, Aguni, whatever you want to call it, for game card. It costs basically 3 to play if you delete a Diaboromon, and it has Rush. It also has the old turns, the when Digivolving effects of level 7s don't activate. So it's good against Blitz Omni, and it's good against Omnimon Zwart, and I guess if anyone's playing any other older Omnimons, or Chaosmon or something, then it's good. It doesn't come up against the Bond matchups, unfortunately, but like, if I'm playing against Lilith Loop, I will try to drop one of these on the board as quickly as possible, or any deck that plays Wards or something. That's it. Have some win buttons. The win button is kind of unnecessary in a sense because this Saruman does exist, but having an extra win button is pretty good. So, and now for the Tamers, we're doing 4 errata, obviously. This lets you start your turn with an extra memory if you have an unidentified card in your trash, which you usually always will. And then during your turn, when you evolve into Diaboromon, you suspend this Tamer to play a Diaboromon token. The more of these you get on the field, the higher your chance of winning. If you can get 2 of these on the field, you probably win. If you get 3 of these on the field, you definitely win. So that's just really freaking good. You need to play 4 of this card, you need to see it as often as possible. It's very, very important. Now, the rest of the cards in the deck, there's 6 cards left, and these are kind of the flex spots in my opinion. You can kind of do whatever you want with these cards, but in testing, this is what I've eventually landed on. 2 Izzy and Joe. This is the guy that says, if your opponent has 2 more Digimon on the field, gain 2 memory at the start of your turn, and when one of your black Digimon is defeated during your opponent's turn, suspend this to draw a card. Now, why am I playing this Tamer? I'm playing this Tamer because against Diaboromon tokens that have blocker, people will try to go wide. And if they try to go wide, well, you get some free memory, so that's pretty good. But this will also keep your opponent kind of in check, keeping one body on the field at a time, until you can build your Diaboromon and then overwhelm them board advantage. So I think this Tamer is actually really freaking good, and 2 of it has helped me win games, so that's fine. We're playing 1 regular Izzy Azumi. This is your memory Tamer for black that says reveal top 3. If all 3 are black, gain a memory. Often it won't be because Diaboromons are white, except for one of them. But, you know, it could happen, and then you rearrange top 3. Why I need this is because in my Saturday night playtesting, I kept losing to Ice Wall. And if I had a memory Tamer on the field, I would not have lost to Ice Wall. Just, it was like 1 extra attack too many. Like, it was crazy. But Izzy would have fixed that. So, we're playing 1 Izzy just for those matchups, really. Because you have enough Tamers to get enough memory, right? But having that preset 3 does really help against Ice Wall. That's it for the Tamers. And the final 3 cards are options, and again, really, really flex spots. 2 Iron Fisted Onslaught, just deleting something with the highest DP, really good. And 1 Catastrophe Cannon, actually. You de-Digivolve 2 one of your opponent's Digimon. If you have Diaboromon on the field, you make a token. That's it. It comes up against Bond. It comes up against Justmon, kind of. And yeah, that's why it's there. It makes a token. But again, this could be anything else. I'm not playing Ultimate Flare right now because I find people play around that card really, really easily. So I'm not playing it. I opted for this. I've honestly thought of 3 Catastrophe Cannon. But again, this is kind of flex spot. I don't really know what I want this option to be, what this lineup to be, as far as the rest of the deck goes. If you guys have suggestions or you want to try something yourself, let me know in the comments. That's it for the deck. Let's wrap up. That's all I got, guys. That's Diaboromon. Blocker Diaboromon gives so much value to the deck, and a few other tools here and there really push the deck over the edge. It's definitely competitive. It can definitely stand its own against the likes of Gobblebond and Justmon. It's very good, and I would definitely recommend giving it a try, and make sure you prepare for it, because if you don't know what this deck does, it could just destroy you at Nationals. So just be careful. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the deck. Did you like it? Did you do other things? Would you do something else? Let me know. But that's it. See ya.